This is the 2025 Honda Rebel 1100 SE, and I'm going to give you my initial ride impressions, pre-break-in impressions of this motorcycle. So let's go. It's not even got a mile on it yet. You know what? Initially, the seat feels pretty cushy. It's initially. Just had some snow melt here. So not the best riding conditions, I will say that. Man, I love this color though. In the sun, this color pops. It looks good in darker environments, but in the sun it just, oh man, that metallic fleck in it, it looks really good. So brand new bike, brand new tires, cold temps, not really the best riding conditions. So I'm going to take it easy on this ride. But initially, I mean, handling is, you know, this bike is nimble, very easy to control. The DCT is so smooth and works great. It's like driving an automatic car basically, but you still get the awesome sensations of riding the motorcycle. To me, the DCT does not take away from riding a motorcycle. And I like it a lot. Do I like my manual motorcycles? Absolutely. But I still enjoy the DCT, even in automatic mode. And I mean, I'm riding standard and standard mode, and right now this bike is doing good. I'm actually, did they change? I wonder if they changed the gear ratios on it. I feel like 6 gears running a little higher RPM than on the 2023 Honda Rebel DCT that I originally rode. But yeah, this bike feels good. It's got plenty of torque and pep, obviously. This motor in this motorcycle is, I love this motor. This is one of the best. I think this is, you know what, it's hard to say, but I think this is the best kind of not small displacement, but small cruisers you can get. I think this is the best one. Money aside, this is the best small cruiser you can get. Absolutely. It still has a good V-twin cruiser-esque feel to it. Even though it's not a V-twin, it's a 270 degree parallel twin 1100cc. I'm not sure on the exact displacement, but it's called a Rebel 1100, so I'm sure it's pretty close to that 1100 mark. But this motor's got good torque, low and mid-range, you know, and I'm not getting on it hard because I'm pre-break-in, but it cruises fine. The big thing is it feels light and sporty and handles good. And actually, I'm 6'1", and the riding position feels great. There's absolutely nothing wrong, or I don't feel uncomfortable or cramped or anything. I don't know if they changed that, but it feels a little better, or it feels good. I don't know if it's better or not, but it feels good. Not self-canceling turn signals, doesn't appear. Yeah, this motor is really cool, or really good. And I mean, just how easy this bike tips in is really good, and it feels stable too. Like, it doesn't feel like too tipsy, or what do you call it, it's not overly sensitive to tip in, but it's easy. Like, it doesn't feel like if you tip in, you feel like you're going to tip in too far. It feels like it tips in just where I want it to go. Like, where I look and want to go is where this bike's going to go. But like I said, it's cold out today. brand new tires, brand new motorcycle. I will not be leaning this motorcycle over. Yeah, for sure. But initial impressions are, this is a fantastic motorcycle. Dang, I really like it. I liked it when I test rode the 2023 dual clutch transmission Rebel 1100. But this seems as good, maybe better. Yeah, actually I like this screen. The screen is so clear. The information displays, it's just great. I think it's about a perfect display. And you can actually change the way it looks and the information on there. I'll do a video to show it maybe a little better in the future, but I also showed it a little bit at the end of my last video, which was us picking up the Rebel 1100, having traded in the Sportster S. So you can check it out on there too, where I go through the screens or the menu kind of quick, but overall just really nice. Impressed. Super clear and easy to see. It's got all the information you need, and you can customize it. And also there's so many other things you can modify with the modes and whatnot. Yeah, this bike, it does need an exhaust, I think, but it doesn't. It might be a little quieter than the 2023 one that Rebel I rode, and that bike didn't have an exhaust neither. That was a stock exhaust, but I think this might be a little quieter, but it still has a good tone. Yeah, in standard mode you got to give it a good crank to really get it to shift down. I actually, on the 2023 Rebel 1100, preferred the sport mode even for normal riding. It's just what I like on this bike, the way it's tuned with the dual clutch transmission. I'm not going to test out sport mode right now, but I will in a future video to get a better idea of the sound of the motorcycle when it's holding on to revs a little more. We're at 51 degrees right now, so it's cold. It's right at the temperature that if it got down under 50, I don't think I'd take this bike out. And as you can see, we're just now having snow melting around here in northeast Kentucky. But yeah, I think my thoughts on this bike are seriously just the best small cruiser you can get, the best sport cruiser you can get, well, outside of buying really expensive bikes that I've not rode, like, you know, maybe the Ducati Diablo or something. But as far as your typical small cruisers, this is better than the Harley Nightster. This is better than the Harley Sportster S for sure. You know, that's what we traded in for this. It's not as compromising, yet it's easier and sportier feeling. Maybe not as fast in a straight line as the Sportster S, but definitely overall a way better bike. And it has cruise control and all the things that really I think are necessary or you need on a motorcycle. I don't like when motorcycles don't have cruise control. It's 2025, and I get, like, I like simple bikes, but cruise control is not a complicated technology, even for a bike without electronic throttle. But if you have electronic throttle, there's no excuse to not have cruise control, because then it becomes really easy. The suspension is, I don't know, I feel like it's just about right. Like, it's not jarring or harsh. It's actually pretty compliant. I would say it may be on the stiff side in the rear, but it's not. Like, I went over some bumps on that bridge and stuff, the transitions from the road to the bridge and back off, and it wasn't rough. Like it didn't hurt me or jar me. I felt it, but I wasn't like, it didn't make me think, oh, I can't wait to get off this bike. Or it didn't make me feel like I need to brace when I go over like the bridge up here and stuff. I don't feel like I need to brace to take it. Yeah. Oh, this does great. Very, very compliant suspension in my opinion. This is a great little bike. I think it weighs in the low 500-pound range, being the DCT SE version. The manual, I'm not sure if it's over 500 pounds or just under 500 pounds. So a little bit lighter, but this don't feel heavy. The DCT version, even though it's heavier, it doesn't feel heavy at all. The weight's low down. Yeah, this is a great motorcycle. I love this thing. I absolutely love this thing, and my wife has yet to be able to ride it yet. So yeah, I'm extremely happy for her, because I mean, this is a bike like I could see myself owning this as my bike, and this is a fantastic, just perfect bike for her. In standard mode on this bike, and it's even got a rain mode, man. Like this bike's very beginner friendly, to be honest, with this DCT. You know, you take it easy on the throttle and stuff. You have to give it a lot of throttle to really get yourself in trouble in the standard and the rain mode. And yeah, I really like this. I like it's got that chilled cruiser feel, but at the same time it's got a sporty nature to it. Yeah, this is awesome. I like this. It's got enough torque that if you do drop down, like you're in a corner and you're dropping in the low revs, like it feels like it has enough torque to pull you out of a turn even if you're in the low revs. Very versatile motor. Is the DCT on this as smooth as the Goldwing? No, it's not, but it's not bad. You know, can I feel shifts? Yeah. Are they rough? No. Very windy day out here, so I apologize if there's excessive wind noise in this video. A lot of bumps here. Oh man, yeah, the suspension's fine. This is not rough. Yeah, this is great. This feels really good. Absolutely no problems with the ride. Yeah. I mean, can you feel stuff? Yeah, but not, honestly, some of them bumps, I didn't feel very much at all. It's sporty, but still compliant, so great. Absolutely great. Obviously, you know, I don't have no windshield, so I'm gonna get wind, but I mean, I'm sure there's probably windshields out there and stuff you can buy for this bike if you need one. Yeah, I feel like you could tour cross country on this motorcycle though. Which obviously this ride's going to be a little shorter. I'm not going to be on it long enough to really determine the long ride comfort of this seat, but so far it's fine. It's perfect. Yeah, it's great. But there's also a ton of aftermarket stuff out there, seats and things for this motorcycle, because I've been looking into it a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of options out there, and obviously you can go get your seats reupholstered or whatever. You know. the Rebel's picking up in popularity, and as it picks up in popularity, there's going to be more and more aftermarket support, and you'll see that in the seats and the exhaust, and just all kinds of parts for it. That's what my wife's got. You know, she plans on getting highway bars or crash bars, and you know, floorboards, exhaust, luggage racks on the back and on the sides. You know, she plans on doing the typical stuff. And this bike actually has a radiator cover on it already, this SE version. I guess you could change it to one with a design in it, you know, if that's what you're looking for, because I've seen some neat ones out there that look pretty cool. Had some custom designs in them. But man, overall, this bike is just impressive. The braking, the lever on the front brake, and this could also be because it's new, has a stiff feel to it. Sometimes it has to brake in a little bit. Got to use it a little more. Let's see, rear brake. Actually, rear brake does pretty good. It's not bad. Rear brake feels pretty neutral. Feels like what it should feel like. I mean, the mirrors are fine. I got good visibility. I feel like they're, for bar ends, they're kind of up and in a good position. I have wide shoulders, and for me, they're in a great position. But I mean, that's about all I got for just first initial ride impressions. I keep reaching for a clutch over here, thinking it's going to be there. This is what I'm used to, but I like this DCT. I like this Rebel. This is a great bike. If you are thinking about getting one, just get it. Yeah, this is a great motorcycle. I think it's one of the best out, actually, and it's even a good value, you know, which I really ain't taking that into consideration, but when you do, it makes purchasing this even better. Except that the SE version is a little more expensive, but you do get a lot of kind of goodies with it. But anyways, that's all I got, guys. Till next time, peace. Take another little walk around of it out here in the sun. I like the headlight look of this bike too. Man, she looks good. She's dirty now though. But dang, look at that color. Look at that color in the sun. That looks awesome. Alright, that's it. See ya.